Student, myself, Professor Chetan Gupta, CSC Department, SIRTS. Today, I am going to take my session on the subject computer network, and today we discuss about the topic that is transport layer. As we know, the OSI model have a seven layer, that is physical, data link, network, transport, session, presentation, and application layer, and each layer have its own functioning. As we know about that, transport layer is the layer in the open system interconnection OSI model responsible for end-to-end communication over a network. Means basically transport layer is responsible for end-to-end communication over a network. It provides logical communication between application process running on a different host within a layered architecture of protocols and other network component. In second paragraph, we have clearly said that the transport layer is also responsible for management of error correction, providing quality and reliability to the end user. This layer enabled the host to send and receive error corrected data, packet, or message over a network, and is the network component that allow multiplexing. Basically, if we talk about, as we have seen in the first slide, that transport layer is the fourth layer from the top. All transport layer protocol provide multiplexing and demultiplexing services. It is also provide other services such as reliable data transfer, bandwidth guarantee, and delay guarantee. These are the services that are provided by the transport layer. Means basically transport layer basically work to carry data from one end to another end. If we talk about the transport layer, you have clearly seen in the right hand side figure that each of the application in the application layer has the ability to send a message by using TCP or UDP. Basically, TCP and UDP are the two protocols that are supported by the transport layer. TCP stand for Transmission Control Protocol and UDP stand for User Datagram Protocol. The application communicate by using either of these two protocol, or both TCP and UDP will then communicate with the internet protocol in the internet layer. We have clearly seen in the slide that any application can communicate it either TCP protocol and UDP protocol, and these TCP and UDP protocol can communicate with the IP protocol available in the internet layer. The application can read and write to the transport layer. Therefore, we can say that communication is a two-way process. In the next slide, we have seen what are the different type of services provided by the transport layer. So here, there are some services that are provided by the transport layer, that is end-to-end delivery of a packet or a message. Second one is addressing. Third one is reliable delivery, then flow control, and last one is multiplexing and demultiplexing. These are the major services that are provided by the transport layer. As we have discussed in the earlier slide, that transport layer is basically responsible for end-to-end data transmission either by using TCP protocol or either by using UDP protocol. There are some additional services that are provided by the transport layer, that is end-to-end delivery of a message, means if two systems are connected together for sharing the data, so the transport layer is responsible for end-to-end delivery of that particular message so that data will reach its correct destination. The second important services that are provided by the transport layer, that is addressing. This is one of the major tasks that are provided by the transport layer or performed by the transport layer, that which one is source and which one is destination, it can be identified by the addressing only. Third one is reliable delivery. Reliable delivery means successfully deliver data to its correct destination. This type of services is also provided by the transport layer. Fourth one is flow control. Flow control means if any system or if any host want to send the data to its destination, then transport layer is also responsible for flow control. Means what are the speed of a transfer, speed of a sender, and what are the receiving speed of a receiver, that are totally controlled by the transport layer. And last function, that is multiplexing. So both multiplexing and demultiplexing are performed by the transport layer. So if we go back and see the slide, that transport layer is a fourth layer of the OSI reference model, which provide end-to-end connection and two type of protocol, that is TCP and UDP. As we have seen in the definition of transport layer, that transport layer is basically responsible for end-to-end delivery of a packet, and it provide end-to-end communication over a network. Transport layer is a fourth layer from the top from all the 7 layers, and transport layer protocol provide the multiplexing and demultiplexing services. As we have seen in the slide, that transport layer is interact with the application layer by using TCP and UDP protocol, and these TCP and UDP protocol can interact with internet layer for transmission of a data from one end to the another end. And in this slide, we have discussed about what are the different type of services provided by the transport layer, that is end-to-end delivery, addressing, reliable delivery, flow control, and multiplexing. So in today's session, we have discussed about what is transport layer, what is the positioning of transport layer, what are the services provided by the transport layer. So in this session, we have covered about the working and the services provided by the transport layer. So I hope you have clear idea what is transport layer and what are the functioning of transport layer. In our next lecture, we have discussed about the another layer. Thank you.